everybody, TACONDRA L. Brown here. I just want to drop some beautiful encouragement across your timeline today, specifically as it relates to creativity. During this time of seeking the Lord for his vision and the new things and the desires that are in his heart for us, he may be downloading some things in your spirit as it relates to what he wants you to create, the things that he wants you to put your hands to. And one of the things that I know as a creative is that it can be discouraging. Well, let me rewind. First of all, we all have the ability to create, okay? We were created by the Creator, who spoke things into existence just with words. And then not only that, but he breathed life. He breathed his breath, his pneuma, his spirit into us. So we do have the ability to create, okay? Need you to know that. But what I want to encourage you in is taking the limits off of your creativity. If God doesn't limit us in the measure of our creativity, then why limit ourselves? I'll say that again. If God doesn't limit the measure in our creativity, then why limit yourself? We all know that God has given us a measure of faith. He's given us a measure of certain things, but sometimes we think that measure that he's given us is just it, when in reality, the responsibility to expand, to stretch, and to take that measure of faith, creativity. Let's take about creativity, because I'll go to faith. To take that level of creativity to another dimension, to another level, right? And sometimes we don't do that because we limit ourselves. We limit ourselves with fear, with religion. Sometimes we allow people to limit us, and so we get stuck in a place that really our faith wants to take us out of as it relates to our ability to create. So I want to encourage you, even in this season, if you're feeling discouraged, as it relates to your ability to create. You may not be completely okay with the results, or you may not even know how to start. You may not know how to take that idea that God has given you from your mind and put it into, onto paper and into reality. You don't know how to bring that thing to life. Don't get discouraged. Don't stop. Don't give up. Don't do that, because I don't care what industry you're in. I don't care what you do, whether you're a singer, whether you're a stylist, a photographer, an author, a writer, even if you're aspiring to do these things, don't limit yourself. Don't limit your ability to create. Take the limits off of God and take the limits off of yourself, and don't be afraid to stretch. Don't be afraid to increase your capacity in this season. If that means that you have to invest in a class, to develop a skill set, do that. Start there. If you have to invest in someone else to help you bring that thing to life, do it. That's stretching your capacity. Sometimes, we think, some things are just too expensive. No, some things aren't expensive. Some things are expansive. And because we don't want to be stretched, we will stay stuck again in a place that our faith is trying to take us out of. Our faith is trying to take us into another dimension. And anything as it relates to what God, his vision is for us, something that he's given us, it's always bigger than us, right? It's always bigger. So it requires us to come to another level, to think higher, than we think of ourselves. So this is what I mean by taking the limit off of yourself. Don't be afraid to expand and go to that next dimension. Kick fear in the face. I want to leave this one scripture with you. Zechariah chapter 2, verses 1-5. I lifted up mine eyes again and looked, and behold, a man with a measuring line in his hand. And he said to him, where are you going? To measure the walls of Jerusalem, to see what the breadth of it is and what the length of it is. And behold, the angel that talked with me went forth, and another angel went out to meet him and said unto him, run, speak to this young man, saying, Jerusalem shall be inhabited as towns without walls, for the multitude of men and cattle therein. Let's stop there. Who's measuring your Jerusalem? Who's measuring your walls? You are Jerusalem. We are Jerusalem, right? And here in the scripture, it says that Jerusalem is a city. I'm going to break it down and paraphrase. It's a city without walls. That means it's a city without limits, right? And in verse 5, it says, I, the Lord, will be unto her a wall of fire round about her, and will be the glory in the midst of her. So this is why you don't have to live with limits as it relates to not just creativity, but anything that the Lord is giving you to do or calling you to do in life. You are a city without walls. Again, God said that I will be the wall of fire around you. And not only that, my glory will be revealed in the midst of you. My glory is within you. So whatever it is that God has placed in you, it has to come out. It has to come forth. Only if you believe, and only if you tap into that dimension, you tap into that vision that he has for you. Take the limits off, because God has not placed them on you. And definitely take the limits off God. Be encouraged, be inspired to create, and keep on keeping on. Whatever it is the Lord is giving you to do, do it. Just do it. Much love. Bye-bye.